Studious members. Am I good?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. This is about John Henry Phillips. The story of the RMS Titanic is one of tragedy, immense history, and unsung heroes. Among these heroes, Jack Phillips is one of the most important, yet least celebrated. Understanding who John Henry Phillips was is important as it can help to teach the lesson of loyalty and dedication, as well as shedding light on this often forgotten hero in history. I would like to share the story of Jack Phillips so that you might understand him, what he lived for, and what he died for. First, I'll talk about Jack's childhood. This is from John George Phillips by Encyclopedia Titanica. Neither author nor year was provided. Jack was born and raised in a small town. He was in school until he was about 15 years old when he finished it and began working at the post office as a telegrapher. For 2 years after that, so he was a telegrapher until he was 17. For 2 years after that, he sailed on various ships working as a telegrapher. This is from the 100th anniversary of Titanic hero Jack Phillips Memorial by BBC News 2014. In 1908, he was stationed in a small town in Ireland until 1911 when he returned to the sea. And then in 1912, he was asked to be the head wireless operator aboard the RMS Titanic. This is from Dr. Laura Whitman's Jack Phillips, Fearless Titanic's Hero Wireless Operator, 2024. Jack had finished working 2 full days and was taking a short break when Captain Smith informed him and his partner of the collision and ordered him to send aid messages. So Jack had just finished working for 2 days straight, sending messages to ships and to shore when they struck the iceberg and Smith ordered him to remain at his post. He remained at his post, sending those SOS messages to various ships, the RMS Carpathia in particular, until he was relieved from his post right before the ship went down. Sadly, Jack's story does come to a short close due to the infamous sinking of the RMS Titanic. This is from Jack Phillips by Tikkanen in 2025. Jack and his partner Harold Bride, who was the other telegrapher, they both clung to an overturned life raft waiting for the Carpathia to come. The Carpathia was hauling everything that it had. It topped its top speed by another 7 knots, and they were dodging icebergs and just going like hell to make it there. Conditions were rough on the overturned raft that they were clinging to survive. And due to Jack's 2 previous days of just working straight, he was exhausted and he passed away sometime before dawn. This next bit is from Jack Phillips, Titanic's hero from Ships of the Past. Neither author nor year were provided. So when Jack was only 25 years old, he passed away due to the sinking of the Titanic. Lastly, we remember Jack Phillips. This is from In Memoriam Jack H. Phillips by Waldron in 2009. Jack's hometown is the residence of the largest Titanic memorial in the world. It contains open fields with wildflowers and then a path running coinciding with a river. So in conclusion, the sinking of the Titanic changed history, and many who died were forgotten despite their ultimate sacrifice and a final act of heroism. Jack Phillips was a wireless operator who found himself in a desperate situation, and unlike many of us, he went against what was likely his natural response of self-preservation. And instead, he worked tirelessly to save the lives of others. He remained at his post, doing everything he could to save the lives of those aboard the doomed ship. So the next time you watch Titanic, think past the love story of those 2 young individuals and remember a different, very real Jack, one who made a very real sacrifice that others might live. History tends to remember those names who are associated with a significant title. George Washington, first President of the United States. J. Robert Oppenheimer, creator of the atomic bomb. This young man has a much more humble title, prone to being lost in the depths of this tragedy, along with the ship. Jack Phillips, the head wireless operator aboard the RMS Titanic, is a name that should never be lost nor forgotten, but rather celebrated and remembered. Thank you.